Hi everybody, welcome to the third edition of In Loving Color. It's the Saturday edition where we're not going to take things quite so seriously. And we're just talking about the comforts that we have in our lives, little rituals and the things that keep things nice for us. So today I'm going to flip this around. Well, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to show you the picture. We've got this little coffee cup medley. That should be fun. And if you just scroll down one more event on my page, you'll see where you can download it. And so I invite you to do so. And we are going to get started. So first I'm going to show you, I pre-picked out a color palette here. I wanted to do kind of a 70s feel with this because it kind of reminds me of 70s art. So I've picked out colors from my new little set of markers, and you can see they're all the warm colors that kind of denoted the 70s. And then I also have here my Sharpies just ready to roll in case I decide to do something, add another color. So here we go. Let me clip this in. Let me check and see how we are. All right. There we go. Move this over a bit. It always changes just a touch from when I set the thing up before we start. All right, and I'm going to refresh my page. Hi, Jessie Stetson. Man, it's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. Here we go. All right. So I don't know if you're enjoying a hot beverage today, but I'm doing tea. And here we go. That is a little bit of mint tea, my latest thing. And I'm going to start, I just think I'm just going to start and go from left to right. So I think I will go with a little bit of a gold color. So one of my favorite comforts is hot beverages, for sure. That's why I picked comfort as a theme for this drawing. I'm putting together a little collection of funky doodles that will be available, I am thinking, at the beginning of April on my website. Susie Finkbeiner. Susie's a wonderful author. You should buy her books, and she's just cool. So you should support a cool person's life. I think that's one of the neat things about knowing a bunch of authors is that it's fun to help support each other, and you know that they're living a good life and raising their kids, or you know, just doing good things in the world. And buying their book is a part of that. I know a lot of you go to libraries, but just think about it. So I'm going with this pretty gold. Remember all the Harvest Gold appliances in the 70s? I was a child of the 70s. I was born in 64, but of course I mostly remember the 70s from my childhood. And I remember all the different avocado color appliances and what else? So when I think about comfort, for me, going back to my childhood is almost a no-brainer. I like to think about things that made me happy as a kid. So I'm just going to take this just down the spectrum a little bit. Just to do. I like working on down the spectrum. You will find that out when you watch this. That is one of my major themes in my art. For some reason, I just love it. What are some things that give you all comfort? Oop, I don't want to go down that far. All right. I can't, let's see. There isn't a good orange over there, so we're going to go with this one. Of course, I do love my coffee. My coffee is honestly the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning, the thought of it, because I enjoy that first cup so much. I like the way this is turning out. I think I will do a little reversal. Okay, let's see. Let's just go ahead and do some orange up here. Of course, there's comfort food. I am a massive fan of pot pie. I don't know about any of you. So how's your Saturday going? I know for you on the East Coast, you're heading into the afternoon already. It is another absolutely gorgeous day here in Colorado. I like the way this is turning out. I love the warm colors. No. Here. Go with a nice kind of I love this lime. I had a lime green pantsuit in the 70s. So I'm enjoying doing this 70s color theme. Of course, you know we're going to have to put some browns in here. Those were big. Hi, Craig. Thank you for hopping on and giving a like. Very kind of you. So how's the weather? We talk about the weather here. Again, it's another beautiful day here in Colorado, but tomorrow we are supposed to get snow. And this beautiful spring week is to go back to winter. This week I want to try and leave some white because I'm thinking this is steam and there should be some white in the composition. So that's what we're going to do. Is leave a little white, see how that goes. Now we're going to go for the brown, y'all. And let's see, I've got that's a nice warm brown. All right, here we go. So what is your morning beverage of choice? Start with 2 cups of coffee. And then go on to some tea. I used to drink copious amounts of coffee. I was rather known for my caffeine consumption when I was a young writer. And you know, it's so funny, but you can start identifying yourself with behaviors. And I was so known for my caffeine consumption that it took a real massive amount of will and just gathering up myself as more than my coffee habit for me to not align my identity with that and knock off some of the caffeine. Isn't that funny how that is? But again, as we do coloring to help stabilize our mental health, an overconsumption of caffeine is not helpful. So there's something if you are like I used to be. I think of all the habits that I had, caffeine and sugar and, I didn't drink a whole lot, but I probably drank, you know, a glass of wine a day. And just the various things that I did. No wonder I experienced a great deal of depression. And now that I have curtailed or completely done away with some of that, it has been immensely helpful to my mental well-being. So if you are, somebody that consumes a lot of things that stimulate you, sugar, caffeine, think about it and give it a shot. Also diet, aspartame and all that stuff. I can tell you from here that it's worth it and you won't miss it after a while. I'm always going to bring up mental health because this is the reason why I am doing this. I want people to be able to live the most joyful lives they can. And by no means am I an expert, but I have kicked my depression to the curb. I would say 28 days out of 30. Oh, I like this. And I want everybody to be able to live beautiful, happy lives. Oh, let's see what this one is. Ooh, that's very light. I'll put that green here. I'll tell you what is another little comfort snack that I enjoy is apples with peanut butter on it. Oh my gosh. That's delicious. We eat primarily organic food. Although I know it's kind of hard to trust those labels, but you can only do what you can. And I am not going to go hunting things down in an extraordinary capacity at this time in my life. But I'm sure that I will be able to do that someday. So my dog, Zeus, you've seen pictures of him. I love Zeus so much. And the problem is, we used to live in a home that had a big fenced-in backyard, and I could just let him out and run around. So he wasn't used to having a lot of dogs. And now we live in an apartment complex on the ground floor, and he is consistently just like barking like crazy when dogs go by. And this complex is just very, very dog friendly. I have never had a dog before Zeus. So I am wondering, any of you people that have dogs and know these things, how do I get him to stop doing that? Because talk about a disruption to your comfort. Oh my gosh, having your dog bark at dogs every time they walk by, and he goes at it. I mean, he's jumping up against the glass. So I would love to have some good advice from anybody who knows how to do that. Or should I just take him to a trainer? I guess that's the question too. All right, now because these look like little suns, I'm going to make them like little suns. Can't see who's coming on just because my phone is above my head right now. But I can see if anybody comments because I've got my Facebook page pulled up on my computer in front of me. There is a lot of talk today about the term self-care. And I think that's good. A lot of times we can just not take care of ourselves for one reason or another. Maybe you have children and you have, you put all your time and effort into being a parent, or your job demands a lot of your time. Maybe you volunteer a lot, whatever it is. Taking care of yourself is important, or you won't be able to do those things for long or very well. So an hour a day is not going to kill the rest of the world if you do things for yourself, whether it's coloring, right? Or perhaps reading. Maybe you like to cook. Some people find that relaxing. I do, when I have all the ingredients and I plan for it. I love to go to the store, get all the stuff I want, and then spend time leisurely making something, which leads us to the comfort food, which pot pie all day, every day, y'all. I could eat pot pie every day. All right, so since we do have this kind of star thing going here, this is where I'm going to break away and use a little blue. Little night sky blue. I made a dairy-free, gluten-free pot pie a couple of weeks ago that was completely, absolutely, and utterly underwhelming. So clearly I need a good recipe for vegan, gluten-free pot pie. But it's important to do those things for yourself. While I do believe that serving others brings great satisfaction, taking care of yourself is very important, because why would you be any less deserving of your own care as those others that you care for? You're not. You are every bit as deserving. And I know there's a fine line between being a selfish pig and taking care of yourself. Actually, I don't think there's a fine line at all. I think you know what it is. Everybody does. I'm going to do these little star things, pale pink. What I like about the idea of self-care, too, is that like I said, I mean, I think there are some who think it's selfish to worry about yourself like that. But here's the thing. When you do that, you are taking care of yourself. You're not asking anybody else to do it. You are taking your own well-being into your hands and dealing with it. And I think that that is fantastic. Just too many times we can look outwardly for that kind of satisfaction. And you know what? It's just not, you don't have to lay that heavy on other people if you take care of yourself. I have learned that the hard way. I really do not like that purple there. So, let's do light blue. So what ways do you take care of yourself? And if you don't, why not? Why don't you think about that this week? What are the things that you love to do when you were a kid, if you haven't done it for so long? How did you play when you were a kid? I think that's one of the reasons why people like coloring so much. It takes you back. Oop, there he goes. Right, and then we are almost done this little mug section of Steam. right. All right, and now with this mug, let's see. This is probably not going to be done today. Maybe we'll bring this back next Saturday and continue on. But let's see, we've got, I'm going to go with some browns. Continue this 70s color theme that we're doing. That is so not what I wanted to do, so now we're going to take a little bit of different turn. We have a great thrift store here in Colorado Springs, and right near where we live there's one. It's the Arc thrift store, and it is wonderful. I don't know what it is about the thrift stores here, but they are filled with great stuff. And so McLeod and I go down there regularly, and we find cool clothes. We don't like to buy clothing that we don't really know where it's made, and we don't want to support slave labor, so we tend to buy a lot of stuff used and at thrift stores. It's cheap, you're supporting a good cause, and you're not supporting things you don't know. I always thought, I always picture my own kids working in those factories, and how sad that would make me. So I tend to feel more comfortable buying things from thrift stores, supporting that cause, and then you find really funky stuff, which is awesome. Do a little refresh on the page here. Oh my goodness, the comments weren't refreshing. Hi, Rhonda and Kelly, yay! I think you're out of focus, either that or my glasses need to be cleaned. Let me see. Double shot of espresso with steamed milk, yeah. Hi, Susie. Oh, Jessie, miss ya. Oh, so now I'm seeing these comments. I'm so sorry. I was not ignoring you all. I was wondering what was going on because nothing was refreshing. There we go. Oh, good. All right. I'm back. I was like, well, I guess everybody's just kind of doing their thing today, and I was just sitting here feeling a little lonely, but apparently I'm not alone at all. That's awesome. I love it. Is it in focus now? I mean, I don't know if it's... Let's see, I'm just, there we go. All right, so, okay, now, what do I do here? I'm not going to decide that. I'm going to go on to this next round of steam. I want this to be a little bit different, so I think I'm going to go into my Sharpies. I'm going to get some red. So Valentine's Day is coming up, y'all. It's next, 3 days from now, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I hope you all have nice plans, and if not, I'm single, and so I think Valentine's, I look at it as just a love holiday. much because I have to. That is okay. Oh, good, Kelly. It was your glasses. Oh, I'm so glad. I hope it was your glasses that they would just need to be cleaned, and not that your eyes have gotten worse. I was just to the eye doctor, and my eyes have gotten worse. So there's that. But that's okay. It happens to everybody. I honestly did not think it was going to happen to me. I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? Go back to this nice warm brown with the red. My video keeps ganging up. I'm not sure what's going on with that. There we go. All right. You know, it's so funny. It's actually, really making this time to color with you all has just been one more step up in my own well-being, because I draw a lot, and that is obviously very helpful as well, but this has just been helpful to me too. I know you can't post your picture on here, which I think Facebook should totally change that, but please put up put it up on your Facebook page and tag me in it. That would be wonderful. Because I'd love to see. It doesn't matter if you're not coloring my thing. That doesn't matter to me. I love to see it all. But if you are coloring my thing, that would just be a hoot to see. I'd love that. You know what, Rhonda? Rhonda says she thinks, one day her vision's going to be sharper. Me too, and I got over it. Like, finally, oh, what is this? What is this thing with the eyes? I don't know a person that over 50, and a lot of people in their 40s, but I know some in their 40s that don't have to deal with reading glasses yet. Or for me, mine is, I'm very nearsighted. So when I take I can see close up great, but of course I have to get further and further close. I have to get closer and closer to the page. There, Facebook goes again. I was watching a live video this morning and I noticed how much it had to refresh, and I didn't know if that was my connection or if that's the way it goes. Is that the way it goes on this too? Does it have to refresh a lot? This also makes me put on makeup and do my hair. Which, that's another thing that I have found with depression, is that when I get myself up and, go in, do my makeup, put on clothes that I feel good in, that's very helpful too. I don't know if the rest of you have found that. No, my thing, it just keeps freezing up. I hope that's not doing it to you. Facebook might be really busy. I don't know if that makes any difference either. All right. I'm going to get that orange. Ooh, that is not the orange I want. That is clearly fluorescent. We're in the 70s, not the 80s, folks. Let's calm that down a little bit. I've been finding some beautiful photography pages on Instagram lately. My older daughter does photography, and I love her stuff. And I'm not just saying that because I'm her mother. It's nice when your kids find artistic expression in their life, isn't it? And especially if you're a person that values that, when you see that happening in your children, I don't know, it's just a wonderful thing. I like the way this is turning out. No, you didn't miss it, Jean. We're still here. Getting outside every day, Rhonda says, helps with her depression, and that is for sure. That is such a good tip. You just can't be holed up in your house. Oh, I don't know about that blue. I'm still kind of considering what I want to do here. It's like, oh dear. All right, we're going to go with a nice dark orange on this flower. I remember when I first moved out here, it was, being by such large mountains, it kind of is comforting in the sense that you get a better idea of the scale of things and of yourself even. So that all these things, these issues and these things that beset you in your life, you come out here and you see this and it's like, oh, wow, it's a really big world, and I don't know, that has been very helpful for me because we can tend to get very, very myopic about our lives, and I know that from my own experience for sure. I'm not sure what this color is, but I'm just going to go for it, y'all. It's like a cherry brown. that's nice. And then here's one that's even a little bit, looks like it's got even more red in it. Ooh, that's pretty. Since these are new, I am not exactly sure what color I'm pulling out. You know, it's going to flow. But this is pretty close to the cap. Pretty close. Close enough. Then, to just show where the flower has ended, just put a little green. Ooh, y'all, I like the way this is turning out. Let's see, we're at 44, all right. I have to make up my mind about that cup, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm just trying to find a 70s kind of color solution. I wish I did have like a true avocado color. Oh no, that's really wrong. All right, we're just going to go with a little darker orange. Wouldn't it be fun if the steam in your coffee did come out like this? You'd have to wonder if you were on something. Somebody slipped something into your coffee beans the night before. I really want to do something blue there. Oh, maybe a teal. No, that's too blue. You think you got all the colors in the world until you have one in your mind and you just can't seem to locate it. This will be pretty. All right, we're going to go with the purple. It's kind of a dark orchid color. So do you all have any good plans for today? We are going to, like I said, we're going to the thrift store, and we're just going to take a walk downtown and look in all the funky little shops, and then have some lunch. And those are our plans for the day. Oh, wow, Kelly, first equine therapy training today. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. What does that entail? I love horses. I've only ridden.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait. That was weird. All of a sudden, the sound went on. I didn't touch anything. Isn't that crazy? Must be a ghost in the machine. Yeah, I've only ridden horses, well, only once in my life, actually. When I was in, I think, ninth grade. A friend of mine, she had some horses. Her name was Kathy. Oh man, I remembered her last name. I don't know if I should say it out on here, but I can't believe I actually remembered that. But I got on this horse and it just started running away with me. And I had never been on a horse before and I was so scared. And I haven't been on a horse again. Volunteering with disabled children. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh, way to go, Kelly. That's a good way to spend a Saturday for sure. I guess there's a ranch nearby that you go to. That is wonderful. Ooh, I love this plum, y'all. I'm gonna have to incorporate this into the whole package. Texas, that's right. I think that's great. I contacted the hospital here to hold newborns, but I haven't heard back from them. I love newborn babies. Oh, I can't really think of anything that's not like my kids, or but I can't think of anything I love more in the world than holding a newborn baby. Oh, are you still procrastinating cleaning your kitchen, Rhonda? Well, there's no better way to procrastinate than to color. I have to do chores in a way that I challenge myself, or not challenge myself, but like put a timer on and just get as much done as possible in that amount of time. And then whatever happened, happened, because I just do not enjoy housekeeping at all. I think it would be awesome to have that done. But I just live in an apartment, so, I don't really have an excuse. There's not a whole lot. Just a little galley kitchen. So another thing that gives me great comfort is blankets. I love warm blankets. That is one of my things. I have been known to put it in the dryer before I go to bed in the wintertime, and then just go running. It's like, stay clear, stay clear. Domestic engineering is not among my superpowers either. You know what, Amanda? It is a superpower. People that are good at that, oh my gosh, I just respect them so much. Have any of you ever done the Fly Lady? It really actually does work if you stick with it, but obviously I wouldn't be having this conversation if I stuck with those things. I do okay now that I have minimal stuff. I've just got rid of so much stuff when we moved out here. I mean, I bet you I got rid of 90% of my possessions. And that made a huge difference. Crisp white sheets that smell like bleach. Yes, that is a wonderful, wonderful, comforting thing. I love white linens. I just think I don't know why. It's just nice. So one time I was, you know how you have times where you feel like you have a real spiritual rejuvenation. And a friend of mine had a really good time of prayer with me and everything, and that was awesome. And he just said, you know, he felt an urging that God was going to reveal himself and be very close to me. And so I was like all for that. And that winter, I had always wanted a down comforter, always wanted. And yes, Penny, I can. I'm so good. I am not a Penny asked if I could come by and help purge her closets, and I can. I am the get rid of queen. So there was one thing that I had always wanted, and I never wanted to buy it for myself, and that was a down comforter. And they're the best. I don't have one right now because the one I had was just, I used it up. And so, this friend tells me this. And so I am enjoying communing, when you have those sweet times of prayer and fellowship with God. And just a few days later, I was at a women's retreat with the community that I was part of at the time. And I was just talking about how, I forget how it even came up, but my friend said to me, one of the ladies in the group, she said, "Oh, I have a down comforter that I just been sitting around, and would you like it?" Oh, because I was talking about how cold it was in our house, and she just offered up this down comforter, and I could not believe that, because that I had never ever told anybody that was a desire of my heart, was to have a down comforter. And there it was, there it happened, and it was something only God knew about. And that was just one of those times where I was experiencing the love of God in a way that was really tactile. And unfortunately, I ended up back in the self-deprecation, self-loathing mode, but I pretty much have learned how to stay out of that now. And so I expect good things, and that God loves me and is not sitting there expecting me to walk around in sackcloth and ashes and hitting myself over the head. Oh, good, Karen. You printed to color tonight and listen then. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I won't be on, but I love you and I'll see you then. Amanda, oh, Love of White Linens came in through Quaker Summer. Oh, that's so awesome. Yep, everything matches with white linens. Yes, I have found that my life in many ways ends up mirroring in some fashion the things my characters go through. It's really weird. We are coming down the home stretch, folks. It's almost 11 my time. And I'm sure it'll be nice to get on with your day. next week on, what is it, Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Mondays and Wednesdays, right? I'm just forgetting everything. I'm going to be doing something with a very limited color palette and showing you how you don't need a whole lot of colors to come up with a pleasing color composition. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and how to add texture without needing to use color. You know, a bunch of colors. And then what we will do is finish this up next week. Let me just do another. All right, everybody, I feel like this is probably a good stopping place. It is almost the top of the hour. So let's see, I'm going to grab the camera, bring it down. You can see what we've done. That was an awful lot of fun, y'all. I love having you all come on. This is just great. Now I'm going to flip the camera. Here I am. I wish you all a wonderful weekend, a fantastic Saturday. I hope you have a good time with family and friends, and remember how much you're loved, and how that is just the greatest comfort and blessing of all, is that we are loved by God and each other, and you're loved by me. So peace, love, joy, and all good things to you. Bye-bye.